I'll tell you one thing. I have so much fun hanging out with these guys when we're out here working. We just got done cracking up for like the last 10 minutes, just getting ready to get started. So, hey, I hope one day you guys have a crew that you love to hang out with, just genuine people that are part of your tribe, okay? And, hey, here on the channel, if you're hanging out with us, you're a hardworking warrior, you got that warrior mindset, then you're part of our tribe for sure. Look, today's episode, I'm going to go over a few things on some mowing tips that I don't know if everybody knows them or not, but I'm going to tell you a few of them. Last time you saw us mow this property, it was soaking wet, pouring down rain, right? And the place was like wrecked. We actually had a guy come in and comment. He said, man, so you mowed that grass in my area like that in the rain, you get fired. And then very quickly, within an hour, one of you warriors jumped in and said, yeah, but in my area, if you didn't mow it, you get fired. So, hey, we all have different clients. We all have different properties, so we can get away with stuff. This one, I can get away with that. So look, how do I get rid of these thatch bunnies? Let me show you. So these are what I call thatch bunnies. And they're just leftover grass from last week's mowings, okay? And they're not pretty. I mean, you can see them from a long distance. So, when it's wet and it's raining, I always bring my deck up, 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, than what I normally mow at on that property. So today, we're gonna lower the decks back down to the original height that we always mow on, and that way it'll suck up all these grass bunnies, thatch bunnies, and they'll disappear. They won't be stuck to the ground and killing grass areas and whatnot. Because we all know what nasty grass is when it gets packed down the ground and smashed. Well, majority of this stuff will get sucked right up because of the velocity deck on this Turf Tiger 2. The velocity decks are amazing. If you haven't tried one out, definitely recommend go find one, try one out, okay? So that's the first tip for the day. And another important tip I'll show you in the backyard where I almost went sliding down the hill into the fence in the barn last time. So we'll catch up back there when I get there, all right? Let's mow some grass. So look, we are triple cutting this week because, like I said before, we had to raise the deck last week a 1/4 inch, and this week we're at the normal. So a little thick, but all the thatch bunnies, poof, they're gone. The thatch bunnies are gone. So that's your solution when you're forced to mow in the rain. Raise the deck up that week. Next week, come back to your normal height and get all them thatch bunnies. Look, we're going to go to the backyard, so I'm going to take you, and we'll go around the back side of this fence, all the way around, and show you what happens. All right, warriors, look, sometimes you're gonna find yourself some sketchy situations, and I'm gonna show you what I hit last week when it was pouring down rain, and I didn't make a wise decision, okay? Went against my better judgment, and decided to try this hillside. Now you see here, the difference in elevation from this barn up to the top of there, and yeah. I got stuck in a situation to where I was on a bank, okay? And when you're on a bank like that, and either well, we're going to start off with this one, okay? When you start slipping, okay, first thing you do, boom, hit that blade button, okay? Turn the blade engagement off as soon as you start slipping, all right? Second thing you want to do, what I do, and you can't hold me to this because accidents happen regardless of what you try to do. I tried to do this to stop myself from sliding into this barn. Let's do this. What that does, and in certain situations that this is a bad thing to do, but in this situation where I was facing like this on an uphill slope, I raised the deck, which takes the weight off the bank, which is not always a good thing to do, but in this situation it is, all right? As soon as I did that, my wheels lightened up and I was able to scoot on out of there. Be careful out here. And I'll throw out another tip because I had my mower almost stall yesterday. And we'll get to that tip when you ever hear it the other side. Come on. Yeah, so I was up there in the bank and I almost came all the way down, but I slid 2 feet and I was done. That was all sliding I did, 2 feet. Hopefully you never end up in that situation, but if you do, try that quick. So, real quick, the Turf Tiger 2 yesterday. I was going down a pretty steep slope, you know, at that angle, you know, going down. And it started to short out, like it started to shut down, okay? What my ears heard the mower shutting down. I quickly hit the blade button. Always the first thing you do. If you start losing power, or you're in big mowers, any kind of mowers like these, hit the blade button. 9 out of 10 times that stops it from dying, okay? Can't promise you that will, but 9 out of 10 it will. So, it happened again. So it happened twice yesterday in the same position, all right? So, that's telling me that, in my mind, something is shorting out when I get in that position on the mower, okay? So, the weight of that angle is making some kind of connection to short stuff out. I looked this morning around the wire connections and I saw a little rub spot and I separated stuff around and made sure that the wires were not rubbing together. Because, tell you what, man, all these mowers, they have these wire harnesses and a lot of times they just stuck in this one position and they rub and rub and rub and rub and rub until they wear through the outer covering protection, and then it's open wire exposed, right? So seems to be an issue sometimes, but this is actually, I got 1,500 hours on the Turf Tiger 2, and this is actually the only issue that I'm not really 100% sure of yet, but I've had no major issues. Okay, so hey, I'm gonna get back to life, and thank you guys for hanging out on this beautiful property. And hey, the dust bunnies, the batch bunnies, they went away, right? Use these tips, use these tricks, and stay safe always. Let's roll the next couple of properties.
Again, now, what are you doing, boy? Come. Say hi to everybody.
He's so cool, man. He's doing excellent out here. Really is. As always, be good if you can. Always be kind, and above all, love each other. Peace, Elite Landscape style.